Let's go down to courtside and meet tonight's starting lineups.
At one guard, his 8th season with Notre Dame at 6'2", number 5, John Paxson. Also in the backcourt, his 7th season from North Carolina, 6'6", number 23, Michael Jordan. The center, his 12th season from San Francisco, 7 feet 1 inch, number 24, Bill Cartwright. At one forward, his 4th season from Central Arkansas, 6'7", number 33, Scottie Pippen. The other forward, his 4th season from Clemson, 6'10", number 54, Horace Grant. The Bulls, coached by Phil Jackson. His assistants, John Bach, Jim Clemens, and Tex Bitter. The trainer is Chip Schaefer. Gentlemen, the starting lineup for your Philadelphia 76ers. At one guard, his 13th season from Michigan at 6 feet, number 14, Ricky Green. Also in the backcourt, his 3rd season from Bradley, 6'3", number 33, the Hawk, Hersey Hawkins. The center in his 11th season from Hampton Institute, 6'10", number 44, Rick Mahorn. At one forward, his 4th season from Nevada, Las Vegas, 6'9", number 35, the Hammer, Armin Gilliam. And at the other forward, in his 7th season of Auburn, at 6'6", number 34, the captain, Charles Barkley. 76ers are coached by Jim Lynam. His assistant is Fred Carter. Assistant general manager is Bob Weinauer. Buzz Brayman is the shooting coach. The team trainer is Tony Harris. The officials for tonight's game, number 17, Mr. Joe Crawford. Number 41, Mr. Ken Maurer. Number 44, Mr. Ron Olesiak.
Well, the Bulls have just stormed by folks in that Central Division. They've got a 10-game lead now on the Detroit Pistons, 11 up on Milwaukee, 14 up on Atlanta when we talk about playoff caliber teams.
They've won 20 of their last 21, Jim. That's a remarkable stretch.
Trying to equate that with something I can relate to, and I go back to the 1983 Sixers, who used to just take on all comers home or away and dominate the games for the most part.
This will be a great battle. The matchups here are terrific. Michael Jordan and Hersey Hawkins matched up. Horace Grant with Armin Gilliam, I would presume. The double team efforts of both teams. This should be a great game.
Bill Cartwright steps in and gets ready to jump center with Rick Mahorn. The usual starting lineup for the Sixers. Pippen, Grant, Cartwright, Michael Jordan, and John Paxson for the Bulls. Paxson with it. Ricky Green comes out on him. Cartwright way out, but now he'll set up on the box. Jordan tried to dump it off, and anticipating the play, Hersey Hawkins. They get the clock down to 6 seconds.
Good defense by the Sixers. That last time Michael Jordan tried to post up and Charles Barkley switched over and took him. That was a nice defensive move by Charles.
Way outside Jordan. He had to fire with the clock expiring. Not the shot that he wanted. Quick turnaround by Gilliam.
Yes, indeed.
Got it on Grant and went right up with it.
Armin Gilliam ran the floor well, got the box position, received it and shot it like he should.
Here is Grant. He is wide open and ties it here at 2.
Horace Grant came off a very sound baseline screen. He's playing well, Horace Grant. John Paxson thinks he's the difference in their team this year. It was a surprising analogy by John before the game tonight.
Ricky Green, and it rattles around and finally plops right through. 4-2.
Michael Jordan at the post.
Now a nice dish underneath. The little turnaround half hook shot is off the mark by Cartwright. Hersey Hawkins for 3. Jordan the rebound. Jordan averaging 30 points a game, down about 3 points per game from last year. But he'll take the success over the numbers right now. The lead to Mahorn, who has to give it up.
Sixers want to keep Chicago in a half-court game, Jim. They don't want them to run out. So far, they've been able to keep them in check.
No one guarding Cartwright. Now Gilliam comes along. Mahorn took a hard fall. He's just now getting down the floor, and the Sixers gave up 2 points there as they had nobody big inside to defend. So it's 4-4 with 9:50 left to go in the opening quarter. Stolen by Jordan.
One of the league's best.
Oh, yeah. Jordan hangs, and this one rings out on him. He'll take it again, most likely. Nope, goes inside. Now the dish to Pippen. So the Bulls with their first lead at 6-4 on Pippen's tomahawk.
And Sixers can't afford, that's 2 plays in a row where the Bulls have gotten
Pippen. Good an athlete as there is around anymore.
And this beginning is very significant, Jim. But Pippen gets off this way.
Barkley, that might have been a pass to Ball.
Now he's trying to lob to Manute at the basket.
Bulls anticipating that. Bulls, in fact, are playing some very good reactionary defense.
What a pass by Michael Jordan.
Cartwright gets the field goal. 20-20 the score. Now we're going to get a timeout. Jimmy Lanham not happy with his defense, Jack. The 20-second timeout coming up here.
Jimmy's very upset about the looseness of the Sixer defense.
Now they're going to take it into a full timeout, I do believe. Initially, they signaled for a 20. Now it's a full. So with the score tied at 2:37, we'll be back.
Now we've said that the Sixers want to force Michael left. But if he's going left, these other defenders have to be ready to step in and stop the play. Michael drives left. Let's stop it there. He spins back because the left is cut off. Now Bill Cartwright is going to come baseline. Manute Bol is really not doing anything defensively here. So now when he steps out on Jordan, Cartwright steps to the basket and gets Jordan's excellent pass. Michael Jordan, acrobatic. Good pass. Cartwright finishing strong.
Nothing beats the excitement of the Philadelphia 76ers, and nothing beats the distinctively clean, crisp, cold taste of Budweiser. Remember that this Bud's for you. Ron Anderson and Andre Turner now step out for the Sixers. And B.J. Armstrong, number 10, comes on for Paxson. Armstrong matched up with Turner.
That's a good matchup for both teams. Andre Turner can penetrate, and so can B.J. Armstrong.
Sixers swing to Hawkins.
Good pass, Hersey Hawkins. You got to shoot that, Andre.
Turner loses it. Shot clock at 2. They're not going to get it off. This 24-second clock expires on the Sixers.
Andre Turner must shoot that shot. When Hersey Hawkins got the ball to him, he's got to put it up. He's open enough to shoot it.
That's the 6th turnover, as you see, for the Sixers.
Way too many, Jim.
And a push foul by Turner on Armstrong.
I think Andre is quick enough to stay right with B.J. and pressure him a little in the backcourt. He has to move his feet a little quicker than he did that last time. He's not quite warmed up yet.
Armstrong in his 2nd season. He's out of Iowa. Cartwright makes the jumper. Wow. Showed the ball to Manute and then went right by him.
That was Bill Cartwright of 10 years ago.
Wow.
That was quick.
He does look a little trimmed down, by the way. 22-20, the Bulls. Turner has the open shot, cannot connect. Armstrong out with it. He's going to go coast to coast with it on Hawkins. And makes the shot. B.J. Armstrong.
Excellent play, Armstrong.
Now a 4-point Chicago lead. They have really captured the city of Chicago, have the Bulls. They're There's Ron Anderson's drive.
Great drive, Ron Anderson.
Sellout crowds every single game. Television ratings way up. Fans in the city and surrounding areas really rallying around these Bulls. Jordan. The dive made there by Pippen, and he takes it out of bounds. So the Sixers will have it, trailing by 2. Left in the quarter. Shot clock at 15.
Andre Turner is going to try and take B.J. Armstrong, and does.
Easily. Tipped up by Barkley, no. Now the Bulls will have a chance to run it down.
Plenty of time.
Jordan gets a step somehow on Hawkins. Goes underneath, and there's one for the highlight, Phil. I don't know how he found the space.
Well, only Michael Jordan. He beats Hersey Hawkins baseline. Manute Bol comes over. Michael continues under, snakes it up on the glass, has it spin in for him. Classic Michael Jordan.
Here's Will Perdue coming into the game. Watch this. Just an incredible athletic move. I mean, Hawkins was playing very, very good defense there. Sealed the baseline, it looked like, but
now, Manute Bol has not defended the basket tonight like he normally does. Jim Lynam is putting Rick Mahorn back in the game.
And that comes at 24 seconds left in the opening quarter. Jordan with a three-point play. He's got 8 now. As the Bulls collapse on Barkley, he gets it up the floor in a hurry. But now it's picked off by Pippen. 4-on-1 Chicago. And a foul there as Turner reaching, grabs Armstrong. This will be a 2-shot foul.
Yeah, 2-shot and the ball, Jim. Joe Crawford has deemed that was unnecessary and possibly dangerous action by Hersey Hawkins.
2 shots and the ball now for the Bulls.
That's a big play, Jim.
Comes with 13 seconds to go in the quarter, and the Bulls already lead by 5, so they'll get free throws and the last crack at it.
Remember, Hersey Hawkins had a ball in the basket area with the score 27-25, a chance to make it 27-24. But instead of that, they get no shot. The Bulls get 2 free throws and a chance for another field goal. So
the Bulls now have run off 13 consecutive points.
We go from 3 to what could be
number 14, Craig Hodges checks in.
Designated shooter Craig Hodges comes in. They might want to even look to him for a possible 3-point effort.
Yeah, he can shoot it too. And he can shoot it cold coming off the bench. He can knock down a 3 right now.
Well, he is cold. Instead, they go to the Jordan. Nice pass.
Great
look at this
pass work.
Gotta commend the Bulls there. Wow, that was crisp. Chicago does it all the right way during the final 2 minutes of this quarter, and they bowled out to a 31-22 lead. We head to quarter number 2 right after this.
To the basket. Excellent play, but it starts with the efforts to defend Michael Jordan.
We might also mention that you hit it right on the head with that Bulls defense. They forced 7 turnovers in the first quarter against the Sixers and held the Sixers to 22 points.
Now remember, the Sixers are a team that average only 14 turnovers a game, Jim. So they have half their number now. They'll settle down, but hopefully the damage may not have already been done. The Bulls are very hard to catch once they get out of the barn like they have now.
Michael Jordan has gone back to the barn. He's going to rest a while as Hodges and Armstrong make up the backcourt.
Now you'll see a greater team effort. Good pass, Barkley.
But before Rick Mahorn can lay it in, there's a foul. Will Perdue commits the foul.
By team effort, Jim, you're going to see a better distribution of the ball. It won't be in Michael Jordan's hands quite as much, but you'll see some excellent execution of offense with the players that they have.
Anderson, Barkley, Mahorn. Hersey Hawkins and Andre Turner. There's the double on Anderson. The open shot to Anderson. Too strong. Rebound grabbed by Pippen. (31-22) the score. Chicago stolen there momentarily, but right into the hands of Grant.
Shot clock. Bulls going to need one.
They get it off in time and in. Scottie Pippen now in double figures with 11 points.
Now that's the poise of a good team. No panic when they got down to closing seconds on the shot clock.
That one's deflected by Pippen. Little stutter step, and now the move up and good by Armstrong.
Jim Lynam is probably going to want a timeout before this gets out of hand.
Too strong by Ron Anderson.
And very little movement on the part of the Sixers. And the Bulls are chewing them up. Jim Lynam's going to take it right now.
They got the cutlery out right now. It's 37-22. A 15-point lead by the Bulls. We've still got 10-14 to go in the first half. We'll be back right after this.
Nice screen set in transition by Will Perdue. Just enough to keep Andre Turner from defending him well enough. And Armstrong finishes with a nice left-hand shot off the glass.
Cliff Levingston in the game now for the Bulls as Mahorn takes it up, is fouled, scoring the goal.
Now that's the first time the Sixers have been inside, maybe in the last half dozen possessions, Jim. Rick Mahorn making a nice spin move on Horace Grant, getting the foul and the field goal.
Horace Grant comes out. He's replaced in there by Stacey King.
Stacey King not playing as much or as well as he did last year. His minutes have decreased. His points per game have decreased.
There he is, all alone in the corner. Looks like his body has not decreased. He looks a little bigger than I remember. Here's one from the corner by Hodges. That's a three-pointer. Used to be the best in the league at shooting the threes, did Craig Hodges.
Well, he didn't get many minutes early in the season this year, Jim. I think it has affected his confidence and
Anderson,
accuracy.
left-handed scoop is wide of the mark. Here come the Bulls on the fly, and there's the pass broken up by Mahorn. 40-25, Chicago. This team has an incredible 30-3 record at home. 20-12 on the road.
Hodges quick.
Second opportunity here as Levingston gets the rebound.
That's his game. Cliff Levingston is very athletic. Not a great shooter, but he can get rebounds for you.
Purdue chases this one down and cannot save it in time. Look at the Bulls taking advantage of Sixer turnovers and converted them into 13 fast break points.
Sixers not getting any. They've had balls in the area, but they've turned them over.
Coming off the screen with his 8 points in the game, Hersey Hawkins. 40-27. Sixers need a couple of defensive stops here now to kind of turn this thing around as the Bulls are coming down and executing nearly perfectly. Mahorn loses. They're going to say, though, that the ball was knocked out by Levingston.
Didn't look that way from here, did it, Jim?
No
Jim
arguments.
Lynam staying with the trap, hoping that he can open something up.
Now a offensive foul away from the ball called on Rick Mahorn.
That's his second
foul for Mahorn.
Rick trying to set a solid screen so that Hersey Hawkins could get open. Moved into the path of the defender.
Levingston to Perdue. Will Perdue and a foul.
Scored the basket for Will Perdue.
That's a big field goal for Will Perdue, who doesn't score very much, Jim, nor shoot a particularly good percentage. Perdue shooting, well, he's shooting 50. I should retract that statement, but he's not a scorer. He's not a guy that you look to. And Manute Bol just has not gotten it done on defense. He picks up his 3rd foul, and he hasn't stopped anybody in the basket area yet.
Perdue in his 3rd season, he was drafted with some high hopes, but hardly ever played his rookie season. Came on a little bit towards the end of last year, and this year he's finally getting some half-decent playing time. Mahorn steps out of bounds. The one thing that Will can't do is move very well. He's kind of a plotter, but a big guy.
Yeah, he has slow feet and not a jumper, which would seem to indicate a limited career, but there have been a lot of guys who have stayed in the league with persistence, and I think Will Perdue is persistent.
One of them sitting right down the road here. Remember Tom Borwinkle?
Oh, yeah.
Doing some radio work for Chicago. Crazy shot by Livingston. There would be no justice if that went in, and nearly did.
He's trying to beat the shot clock on that one.
Andre Turner, as the Bulls gamble off of him, and Turner burns him. 42-29.
And Michael Jordan getting ready to make an appearance.
Michael got a good rest here. Off the dribble, up and no good by Armstrong. Armstrong reached in on Barkley. It's his first foul. Charles didn't even feel him, I don't think.
Charles in the open court. Armstrong not afraid of the contact. He's a gutsy little guy. Terrific kid. Sixers really admired him and would have taken him if he had been available to them in the draft.
Just missed him. 42-29 your score. Grabbing foul by Anderson. Anderson commits his first foul.
Ron Anderson tried to poke the ball from behind Michael Jordan. It's a very risky defensive move against Michael.
Jordan's jumper is off the line and picked off by Mahorn finally. Sixers thought about running, now pull back. Here's Gilliam. Ricky Green from the corner. 8 points for Green. Ricky Green and Hersey Hawkins, the leading scorers, indicating that the Sixers not getting much offense inside so far.
The Bulls have done a very good job of double-teaming post players. They double-teamed Gilliam that time.
Rumbling in there with the miss is King. Ahead to Ricky Green. The follow-up is knocked out of there. That'll be goaltending on Perdue.
Well, the Sixers finally get a fast break score. There's Will Perdue going up to deflect the ball away from there. Good call. Sixers showing a little bit more signs of life.
Well, they were down by 15. It's now 42-33. Jordan works right around Ron Anderson. Look at that.
Incredible athlete. Just incredible.
Man, that looked very simple.
Ricky Green.
Continued dribble by Green. Another Sixer turnover. There are times when
Michael Jordan
through
his legs
acts like the rest of the people aren't nearly at his level. Of course, they're not.
It's almost like they're not on the floor,
yeah.
Jim. Playing a game by himself. Pretty tough down there, Stacey King.
Turnaround, Barkley the rebound. Charles getting his share of rebounds, up to 7. Anderson fouled by Perdue, and the field goal will count. And Ron Anderson with a chance to get a 3-point play out of this.
Now, I don't know what Will Perdue can Ron Anderson bangs right into Will. I think he had a good defensive position that time, but he's Will Perdue, and that is against him. He's saying something to the official as he trots off the floor.
No relation to Frank Perdue, the chicken magnet. .507 left in the first half. And a three-point effort by Ron Anderson. 5 in the game.
Sixers cut it to 8.
Here's Paxson back in with the ball. So it's Paxson, Jordan, Cartwright, Livingston, and this man, Stacey King, who is open. Barkley again, the rebound.
Charles not getting many shooting opportunities, so the Bulls are accomplishing what they want out of their double teaming tactics.
Ron Anderson, nice move to get clear. Now dishes to Barkley.
Excellent pass, Ron Anderson.
Now that's what the Bulls have been doing, and the Sixers answer back. 44-38 now. Excuse me. The Sixers with a run here with 4:27 left to go in the first half. The Sixers down by 15 have got within 6.
Finishes the play. Nice play by Ron Anderson. Let's look at it again. Anderson baseline, drives past King, draws the big guy, Barkley for the finisher.
Good job by the Sixers now to stop the bleeding. It looked like the Bulls were going to just take this thing and run away with it.
Now Phil Jackson has restored his starting lineup.
Pippen is back. He'll inbound it to Grant, to Paxson. Jordan and Cartwright round it out. Barkley defending Pippen. Pippen off to that great start, had 9 quick first quarter points. Another rebound, Charles. He's got 9 rebounds already. Mahorn in the battle for position there, and helping out on defense to create the loose ball was Jordan. And the spin move, look at that. Pretty to watch, but it didn't result in anything, except the Sixers now with a chance. He even looks great when he misses it. Barkley now, and that's a grab foul. I think they're going to get Paxson.
Bulls in the penalty, so Charles gets 2 anyway. Charles had Horace Grant out defending him at the wing, and before the double team could get to him, Charles put it on the floor, created the foul situation.
Charles has not been to the free throw line until now. Unusual. With 3:43 to go in the half.
The Bulls' defense on Barkley has been very effective to this point, Jim. While Charles gets the ball frequently enough, they've double-teamed him to get the ball out of his hands.
1 out of 2. 44-39. The Bulls in the lead.
Last 3 minutes are very important. The Sixers have to keep the game within reach right here.
This is Cartwright. Backs up. The hook shot no good. Rick Mahorn just out-muscled himself for the rebound. Unfortunately, though, the ball trickles off and out of bounds. The Bulls now with another chance.
The Bulls are demonstrating great hands, Jim. They're deflecting balls or knocking them out of bounds or knocking them loose and getting possessions.
Jordan down low. Ron Anderson on him. The pass right through the hands of Grant. Saved, though, by Pippen.
2-man play. Good switch by Gilliam.
5 seconds on the shot clock. Pippen over the top, and this one, though, is going to be claimed by Ricky Green. His shot well short. Pippen.
There's another one, Jim. That's a 4-point play.
Grant, the runner, picks it off. Here comes Gilliam the other way, and he tries to jam over Cartwright. And will draw the foul.
Cartwright has his first. The Bulls are over the
First
limit.
foul for Cartwright.
The hammer.
Preventing a dunk here by Gilliam. Armin doesn't choose to dunk the ball very often.
He took it strong to the basket. Ricky Green making a nice play that last time, Jim. The previous attempt, Ricky pulled up and fired a jumper short when he had players on either wing.
Gilliam now trying to get the Sixers back to within 5. We've got 2:40 left here in the first half, and that's where we are at 46-41.
Percy Hawkins back in for the last 2 minutes 40, replacing Ron Anderson. Ron did a good job.
Sixers now with their starting lineup intact on the floor. Paxson. Now they get the screen for Jordan, who comes off firing. Barkley and Pippen. To Gilliam. Charles has it back. No one to challenge that one.
They're not going to block that one. Sixers within 3.
46-43, 1:55 left in the half. It's inspiring to the crowd. And a bump foul by Barkley gets Pippen coming baseline.
Charles got knocked off his position with Pippen by Michael Jordan's screen. But here's Charles on that rebound. Crunch.
We'll try it again. Jordan right off the inbound in pass to the box, turned and fired. Michael with 12 points. He hasn't been as effective from the outside as he's been on other occasions. Here's Barkley with great position. Forget about it.
He backed Pippen right into the lane. The only problem would be if Charles could get the ball before he was in there 3 seconds.
Back to 3, 48-45. Paxson.
See, all these guys, Jim, make the Bulls so much tougher than they were last year. Paxson, Pippen, they're all shooting the ball so much better.
Playing much more as a team as I try and figure out why they're playing so well. Seems like everybody has kind of fallen into a role and gotten very comfortable with it. Like Pippen, for example.
I think that is a big part of it.
Cartwright, tough shot for him. Sixers 3-on-3. Gilliam.
Yes, and the Sixers will get that one out of bounds too, Jim. Similar to the situation at the end of the first period where Hawkins pulled Jordan down. Gilliam with the ball. Jordan comes over, cracks Armin pretty strong. The Sixers get 2 and the ball.
It's a 5-point Chicago lead. The Sixers in nice shape here to really cut into it. 25 seconds to go in the half. Gilliam will have 2. Now to inbound it. Jordan questioning the call there with Kenny Mauer.
Plenty of time now. Sixers will want to use all of this clock.
22 seconds to go in the half.
They're going to give Ricky Green a 2-man play. Rick Mahorn looks like he will set a screen, but the Bulls are doubling.
Cartwright comes out, gets himself out of position. Here's Barkley for 3. Bulls with 6 seconds to go, but the Sixers get it back.
Percy stepping on the line.
Now the Bulls get it back. 4 seconds to play.
Plenty of time for the Bulls. Percy nearly making a great save. official right on the play.
Jordan is baseline. And the pass off the mark. Ricky Green has time.
Oh, my.
Missed the layup.
Oh, my. He did have time.
Would have made it a 2-point game. Instead, the Bulls will go off here at halftime, leading 50-46. Stay tuned for our ongoing special on Charles Barkley. Jack Ramsey and I'll be back with comments as well. Charles Barkley.
Let's see how the Sixers start out.
A lob to Barkley.
My. Excellent execution, except for the pass. Charles was dead open at the basket area. Ricky just overthrew him.
By a mile.
Yes. Charles dead open. I said at a game recently, there's hardly a ball that Charles can't get if you throw it high, but that one was out of his reach.
And the Sixers, though, with Armin Gilliam reaching in, cut the ball off, have it right back. Charles faked the three-point shot. Now they go into Mahorn. He's guarded by Cartwright. Makes a quick move on him. The basket will not count, but a foul called before the shot. Bill Cartwright,
his second,
number 2 on Cartwright.
Good decision by Rick Mahorn at the low post to spin quickly on Cartwright. Cartwright doesn't have the quickest feet in the world. Rick beat him.
Gilliam now working on Grant. Gives it up. Three-point attempt. Hawkins, no.
Michael Jordan right in his face.
Jordan lobs it inside, and there's position for Grant, but he missed the shot. Gets it back off the floor, though, and scores it. Horace Grant.
Opportunity shots have hurt the Sixers.
Gilliam battling hard with Grant. Picks it up strong. Rebound, though, grabbed off the weak side by Pippen. Whoops. Ricky Green stumbles. Paxson picks it up. Once, two, rebound.
John Paxson.
He was all the way back on defense by the time that went in. Three again by Hawkins, no. The Bulls starting to edge away again, 54-46. Make it 56-46, and Jimmy Lanham's seen enough at the moment. He takes the time.
Now, Sixers have lost that rhythm that they had, Jim, at the end of the first half. They got the ball inside and got some good shooting opportunities. These have not been good opportunities.
The Bulls by 10. We'll be back right after this.
Handle it well enough.
Charles gives it up to Ricky Green, and again the Sixers missing their perimeter shots. Once and done.
See there, I think Charles had a chance where he could have taken his man, Jim, and I think he must do it.
Such as Cartwright does, but he throws it right into the hands of Rick Mahorn. Barkley has Jordan straight up now. Charles works to the basket, gets fouled.
Personal fouls on Bill Cartwright. It's third, team's second.
Charles just bullying his way into the basket area there to get the foul.
Charles Barkley, shooting 2.
And to the line he will go. This has not been what the Sixers have been able to do much so far. If you're just tuning in, they've not gotten to the line much. Charles usually among the team leaders in free throw opportunities. This is only the 10th foul shot attempt coming up for the entire team. Barkley makes one of 2. 56-47. Bulls have won 50 games, and so have the Boston Celtics, as the two teams battle now for a home court advantage throughout the entire playoffs. Cartwright way out there. He took a real fadeaway, big time fadeaway for Bill Cartwright.
Cartwright has added this move to his arsenal. He used to wheel and just go straight up. I think he's gotten enough of those blocks so that now he fades away. He has very good control of that shot.
That shot, free throw, he sticks it way up there. High arch, 9 points for Cartwright. 12th season for the big guy. .59-47. Here's Hawkins. That'll be a 3 attempt. Rebound to Pippen. Oh, ahead to Jordan. Look out.
Go.
Michael Jordan.
A 14-point lead now. Sixers shooting all of a sudden has gone cold. Partly due, in fact, that they're taking a lot of outside shots like this one.
And no seconds, Jim.
None at all. 0 for 6 now since the half started.
Jordan.
Prettiest miss you'll ever see. Barkley, though, at the other end, just beats the speedy Scottie Pippen.
Sixers need more of that. They need to accelerate their game, and they need to get inside. Foul by Barkley.
Barkley got away with a foul. Creates a 3-on-1. Creates a basket. On his way to a technical foul, and here it comes. Phil Jackson wanted that one. He's objecting to the fact that Barkley got away with a foul that created the loose ball, and Jackson came onto the floor to protest. That's an automatic. He's still jarring away down there. One thing about the Bulls, though, you can throw a coach out of the game. They got some depth on that bench. Woo, they got
4 coaches on the bench. Oh my, Sixers.
Andre Turner checks in for the Sixers for Ricky Green.
You don't get a real extended look at it, but Charles really did hack him pretty good. 61-51.
So Phil Jackson took the technical foul, and it didn't cost him anything in points.
Nope. They've got John Bach down there, and Tex Winter and Jim Clemens assisting Phil.
A lot of experience between John Bach and Tex Winter.
Here's Pippen, left-handed shot, runs out. Andre Turner now with the ball right down the middle. They give him a lane. Blocked in there, saved by Gilliam. Puts it up and in, and a foul.
Right.
10 points for Gilliam. Number 4 on Cartwright.
Andre Turner getting the shot deflected. Gilliam coming up with it, wheeling under the basket, looping it back in and getting the foul. Back to 7.
We're in the third quarter. We've got 6:55 to go. This is George. He's been rather quiet. Michael, 6 out of 15 from the field. 3 for Barkley. Turner with a rebound.
3-point shots, when they miss, will frequently bounce long, so your smaller guys have a chance to rebound them.
Don't come much smaller than Turner. Charles again puts it up. Barkley now with 18. Sixers got back to within 5. Sixers have attempted 6 threes in this game, have missed them all. Good anticipation by Hawkins, but not enough room on the floor there to get the ball.
8 seconds on the shot clock. To be no trouble for the Bulls. When that guy gets it.
Michael not exactly lighting it up so far. Barkley in heavy traffic.
Too many defenders for Charles.
Open floor. Jordan. Grabbed by Turner.
Personal fouls on Andre
Good foul by Andre Turner.
His third, team second.
Jordan just cruising up the floor. Now you'll see Charles Barkley. There are 3 defenders there. No room for Charles. He can't put it on the floor there.
Here
comes Armstrong for Paxson.
For John Paxson.
5:39 left here in the third.
Quick against quick. Turner and Armstrong. 2 quick little guys who play the game right.
2 explosive guys here, Pippen and Barkley. Jordan, couple of hesitations. Big rebound, though, by Cartwright.
Here he comes. There he goes.
Sticks that tongue out. You know, trouble is about to follow. To Gilliam. Arvin Gilliam answers back.
Good pass, Hersey Hawkins.
13 points for Gilliam. The Bulls by 5.
Andre Turner right on top of B.J. Armstrong.
Here's Pippen off the screen. I like your choice of the word cruise. The Bulls just seem to be in like a cruise control here. And the Sixers trying to get back at him.
Personal foul, Scottie Pippen.
Pippen commits the foul, number 2.
Ooh, I thought Charles Barkley was shooting that ball.
So did he.
The opinion of the official, Charles still had a dribble when the foul was called. Now right there, Charles should take him before the double team. That time it was triple and Charles still hits it. But he can drive against those players and he should do it.
Whoa, Charles sticks an elbow out and nails Jordan with one. Charles trying to slow Michael up, who was coming off a baseline screen. See if we can pick it up.
Now, there's no question about this. I think what Charles is saying is this is what they're doing to me. And they are. Charles has been clotheslined a couple of times coming across the lane.
Well, the Bulls will grab a timeout with 4:19 left to go in the third. Chicago 63 and the Sixers 60.
Rick Mahorn is rushing out. That's fatal with Michael Jordan. Watch Michael show the ball to Rick, and then boom, he's by him. He gets into the basket area. Charles Barkley goes up, and Michael hangs in the air, slips it off the glass and in.
Meanwhile, Horace Grant dumps one in for the Bulls. They lead at 65-60. Now they clear for Barkley. Turner wide open. Sixers get a second chance.
Good save, Rick Mahorn.
3 for Hawkins. Hersey not making that long one tonight.
Sixers perimeter game is on hold.
A little chilly.
B.J. Armstrong against Gilliam.
Armstrong puts it up and in.
Armstrong.
You gotta like him, Jim. Even though he's on the other team, he's a great little player. He's gonna have a long career in the NBA.
He guards Andre Turner. Now the Bulls have opened up a 7-point lead. Gilliam was forced into changing that as Jordan came over to help. Michael with it. Armstrong with the ball to Jordan. Back and forth they go. See the crowd that Jordan draws, and it opened up a wide open lane for Armstrong, but he missed the shot. We're in the third quarter. There's 2:36 left. 7-point Chicago lead. Hawkins out of foul.
Great drive, Hersey Hawkins. He got just enough space from Rick Mahorn's screen to slow Jordan down. See, Jordan is a little bit slow getting to Hawkins because of Mahorn's screen. Hersey presses the advantage, gets it up on the glass, and gets the foul.
Sixers needed that and could use another from the line. Bulls have compiled a 20-1 record right now. They are really tough at home. 20 in a row.
Chicago Stadium is one of the loudest places you can find.
Bill Cartwright.
Cartwright responding.
Good finish by Cartwright. Cartwright is playing so much better than he did last year.
It's loud and it's full. Chicago Stadium.
Every night.
2 minutes remaining in the quarter.
Andre Turner comes back.
Andre
He
Turner.
must make those perimeter shots, Jim, on the double team of Barkley.
Now the little bit of a trap, token trap, as Turner now pressures Armstrong.
So illegal, Rick Mahorn.
It's an illegal defense going against the 76ers. It's their
Rick
first
tried
of the
to
game.
double team Michael Jordan, who didn't have the ball. You can't double team a player without the ball.
Making his first appearance of the night is number 2. That's Dennis Hobson.
Dennis Hobson has not been what the Bulls had anticipated when they traded for him from the Nets.
Hobson, a #1 pick, a high #1 pick, who's never really lived up to expectations anywhere yet. Rebounded though
Grant.
by Grant, sets up Hobson. Dennis Hobson makes the jump shot.
I think with Dennis Hobson, I think it's all his mental attitude, his level of confidence. He had a slow start when he came into the NBA, and he really hasn't gained any momentum from that time.
Hersey Hawkins in a crowd, loose, poked out and grabbed by Jordan. Under a minute now left in the quarter to Hobson.
Dennis Hobson.
Jordan just running around almost effortlessly. Drops that one for Hobson.
He won't start to turn it on unless the Sixers tie or get ahead in this game. Then watch him. Not that what he's doing isn't productive.
Just doesn't look like he's working up a sweat. From the corner, Anderson, no. Battle for the rebound and a collision. Barkley fouls Cartwright.
Fouls on Charles Barkley, his third personal
Number
foul.
3 on Barkley, and now the Bulls again pulling away. Here comes Hodges into the game. He'll replace Jordan.
Returns for the Bulls for Michael Jordan.
This puts Hobson at the small forward position. Hodges and Armstrong in the backcourt.
Grant and Cartwright up front.
Armstrong is going to try and beat Andre Turner. Good match.
8 seconds. Gives up to Hobson. Now the Sixers, Hersey Hawkins with the steal. He's got time. Lays it up with 2 seconds on the clock. That'll count.
Oh my.
A 3-pointer by Hobson.
That's a killer.
Hobson
7
for 3.
7 points for Hobson. He's been in the game about 3 minutes.
And as a result, the Bulls go up 76-67. Look at it again.
Hobson, a running one-hander. Nothing but net.
1 quarter remaining. We'll be back right after this. By Phil Jackson, put that Hobson in, and all he did was become a scoring machine. The Bulls have won 7 more at this stage this year than last, and it's put them at top of the heap.
Sixers down 3, but in view of all the player changes and the loss of John Dawkins, I don't think that's very bad for the Sixers. Last year, though, they went on a tear from this point.
And they didn't have the hot Celtics ahead of them. Celtics not nearly as effective a year ago as they are now. Will Purdue in the game, gets the ball, and too strong. Rebound to Bowl. Bowl, Turner, Hawkins, Ron Anderson, and Charles Barkley. Turner takes it in.
And gets it. Jim Lynam trying to juice up the Sixer defense with Manute Bol and Andre Turner.
Fourth quarter action, the Sixers trailing by 7.
It's an ideal team for the Sixers secondary unit to trap.
Purdue takes a little something off. This one makes it.
Manute Bol did not follow him at all. Manute just let him go right into the crease.
Purdue's not going to win any track meets, but he can shoot the ball.
Yes, facing the basket as he did that last time. Andre again.
8 points for Turner. The Bulls lead it by 7.
Sixers need defensive stoppers. Barkley against Horace Grant. Not a good matchup, but Horace doesn't pursue it.
Oh, they put the trap in the corner there, but getting it to Hobson. Rebound taken by Barkley. Charles with 13 rebounds. We're in the fourth quarter. There's a backdoor play to Hawkins.
Great pass.
Can't believe Purdue got away with no foul there. Sixers still have it, though. Ron Anderson puts it up and in.
Left-hander by Ron off the board.
10 minutes exactly left in the game. 5-point Chicago lead.
See how long Phil Jackson.
Purdue gets Barkley in the air, commits the foul. Charles does. That'll be number 4 on him.
Personal fouls on Charles Barkley, his 4th.
Ball's going to come to Purdue. Charles coming from the weak side. Comes down hard on Will.
Will Purdue shooting 2.
Purdue a 67% free throw shooter, so it's a good foul by Charles.
Wow. Tightened up on that one.
Yes, indeed.
So no harm.
There's a back pick for Manute Bol. Not open.
Luke sets up like he wants that thing in there. Now a whistle. And drawing the foul, Ron Anderson. Hobson is called for the foul.
Ron putting it on the floor well. Gets an advantage on Hobson, who tries to slash the ball away after Ron had beaten him by a half step.
Sixers hit the road after this. In fact, they're in Washington tomorrow night. We're not back here on Prism until Friday, March 29th. A week from tonight, Charlotte Hornets.
Sixers not making their, first of all, they're not getting to the line with great frequency, but they're not making their opportunities like they usually do. Sixers are a good free throw shooting team.
10 for 15 tonight. 4-point Chicago lead. Michael Jordan on the bench getting a good rest. Turnaround by Grant.
Grant. The only starter out on the floor is Horace Grant. That's a big field goal for them. The Bulls needed that.
Here's an illegal D called against Chicago.
Call against the Bulls.
Greg Hodges down there, drifting around.
That's their first of the game.
Scottie Pippen coming back in.
Scottie Pippen returns for the Bulls for Dennis Hobson.
To the basket, Anderson. Again, it looked like Purdue got away with a foul.
Ron's taking it right at the basket and is getting some contact, but he's not getting any calls.
Brian Oliver took what looked like a football handoff and was immediately fouled. Hodges called for it.
His second, team second.
A 6-point Chicago lead.
For the Bulls for Craig Hodges.
Now Jordan comes back in. Watch this.
Ron Anderson slipped the ball off Brian Oliver, who got hit.
Oliver and Turner, Barkley, Ron Anderson, and Manute Bol trying to overcome a 6-point Chicago edge.
Charles should bust him right now before the double team.
Turner picks it up. Now the Sixers got to work the clock. Not successful. The clock was down to 3 seconds when Turner took it in there and ended up not making a good shot. Young Brian Oliver with the unenviable tour now, guarding Jordan. Stolen by Turner. Turner is grabbed. Wow. Andre threw one up and it nearly went in.
Smart foul by Scottie Pippen. Ball in the front court. Good steal by Andre Turner. Jumps in the passing lane, pushing the ball hard. Pippen, knowing that he's going to give up a fast break situation, takes the foul. Sixers ball out of bounds sideline.
80-74. 7:42 left in this game. Oliver. Brian Oliver.
Sixers needed that one.
That was his first field goal. Left alone just enough. The Bulls lead down to 4. Jordan immediately fouled by Oliver.
Well, basket. Personal foul, Brian Oliver, his first. Sixers' second team foul.
See what I mean by Michael Jordan taking the ball quickly before the double team can have any effect. Charles Barkley waiting for the double team to occur.
Here's Pippen now down low. He has Oliver, and now we're going to get an offensive foul on Scottie Pippen. A break there for the Sixers as Pippen worked himself into a mismatch getting Oliver.
Now that could be a big play. Scottie Pippen getting his 4th, but Phil Jackson's going to stay with him.
Sixers could get this thing to 2. And do. It's 80-78, 6:58 left in the game. Crowd now gets in it. Pippen to miss. Another rebound, Barkley.
Big board by Charles. And good defense.
Go for the tie. And in, Ron Anderson. We're tied at 80. 6:27 left to go in the game. Couple of big goals by Ron Anderson. Some Sixer defense, and all of a sudden we're deadlocked.
And I think Phil Jackson will replace Will Perdue with Bill Cartwright right now.
The Bulls will discuss it. Right after this, we'll be back with the final 6:27. Order, and Chicago Bulls have just 4 points.
Well, here comes Cartwright, as I thought. So the Bulls now have their starting lineup except for B.J. Armstrong. And Phil Jackson has a lot of confidence in Armstrong down the stretch. A little quicker than John Paxson and can create a little more action at the offensive end.
Brian Oliver and Andre Turner, the backcourt for the Sixers. Ron Anderson. There's a break now for Armstrong, and he beats the Sixer defense to the glass.
That's a sideline screen. The Sixers should handle that. Armstrong went right to the hole.
82-80. Ron Anderson has been the hot gun, but misses this time. The rebound to Cartwright. Pippen shaking his head, or rather Jordan shaking his head. Well, he gets the ball and swings it over to Armstrong.
Boom. 2 for 2. B.J. Armstrong.
A layup and a off the glass banker. 84-80. 5:25 to go in the game.
You see why Phil Jackson has confidence in Armstrong.
Grant with the steal.
Smart play, Horace Grant.
They pull it back and wait for everybody to get down. Armstrong has again the court to work with, and now Jordan comes over. This one thrown away by Armstrong, and Charles Barkley leaping out into the passing lane forced that one.
Good defensive play by Charles. Charles has great anticipation on balls being thrown from strong side to weak side.
5 minutes to go.
He invariably gets a hand on those. Ron Anderson trying to drive, can't do it.
Bulls have made it tough on Barkley. He has been doubled as well in this game as we've seen in a while by teams.
Great pass.
Armstrong the feed, Grant the basket, and all of a sudden what was a tie game is now a 6-point Chicago lead. 4:31 to go. The Bulls 86 and the Sixers 80.
B.J. Armstrong is an impact player. He pushes the ball up the floor here. Stop it right there. B.J. has the ball. Now notice he takes it in this direction, but he's going to make the pass to Horace Grant here. Bango, right at the basket. And the new Bull, who has not been very effective at the basket area, gives that layup. Here's another look at it. Nice pass by Armstrong between the two defenders. Horace Grant completing the play.
Now we're back live for you with Andre Turner speeding it up court. Open shot for Ron Anderson. Sixers need it and get it.
Good penetration by Turner. B.J. Armstrong had been knocked off in the backcourt by a screen. Turner took advantage of it to create the play for Anderson.
Cartwright works the perimeter now to Pippen.
Good double team by the Sixers and good rotation.
4 minutes now to go. Another miss by Michael Jordan. 3 points, Hersey Hawkins. Yes!
He was on the line, Jim. His right foot was on the line.
He's going to get credit for 3 anyway. 3:46 to go. A 6-point Chicago lead is down to 1. The Bulls have a timeout and we'll be back.
Hersey Hawkins was legal. Here comes Andre Turner right in the pack. Pitches back to Hersey. Both feet are behind the line. It looked from where I was sitting that right foot was on the line, but it was good. Big hoop brings the Sixers to within 1. 3:46 remaining.
86-85.
Now you may see Michael Jordan take charge, Jim.
Michael has shot 7 for 21.
Very rare.
One of the strangest games I've seen him have here at the Spectrum.
See what the Bulls do.
And anytime you're in a close game and he's on the floor, that's scary enough. Pippen, tough shot. He had to change it. Rebound fought for and got pulled out of there by Mahorn. Charles Barkley went flying in the air to make Pippen change that shot. Sixers can get the lead.
Charles has Jordan on him.
Now he has both Michael and Cartwright. He goes baseline. Sixers get a chance again. 3 minutes exactly now to go in the game.
Andre Turner calling for the fist play. This is for Ron Anderson or Barkley. Barkley's got it.
Turner.
Big one.
Sixers by 1.
Big one for Andre Turner because that has an effect on the Bulls defense. They've been letting the point guard shoot it. Turner has knocked the last few down. Phil Jackson may have to change his tactic.
Paxson back in for the Bulls. Sixers tighten up on defense. 4 seconds for Jordan.
That's all he needs.
Wow. 88-87.
Clear side for Barkley. No
Sixers.
double team.
That was the Sixers' first lead since the first quarter. Turner to a wide open Ron Anderson. Sixers making the shots now, but they've got to come up with a way to stop Jordan. You know he's going to get the ball in most situations with 1:55 to go. Jordan so far has been stopping himself.
Double teams really don't have much of an impact on Michael Jordan.
To Cartwright. Fouled by Hawkins. Tough foul there because Cartwright looked like he was about to lose the ball.
There's Michael Jordan passing to Cartwright, pumps, starts to put it on the floor, but Hersey Hawkins piled into him.
1:41 to play. Bulls with a new 24 seconds. Bump foul, and Anderson calls for it.
Now, that's a penalty. This is a good call. Ron Anderson is moving into the path of Michael Jordan. Michael putting the ball on the floor. Ron coming over to double team. But as Michael advanced with the ball, Ron was still moving and committed the foul. Michael Jordan, 85% free throw shooter. A walk in the park for Michael Jordan.
He savors these moments. He can be a hero on an off night.